Hello, this is Virgil, Labrador, Editor-in-Chief of Satellite Markets and Research, and we're here in CommunicAsia 2019 in Singapore with Tony Radford. He's the Vice President for Global Sales of Advantech Wireless here in CommunicAsia. So, Tony, talk about what products you're highlighting here in CommunicAsia for the Asian market.
Well, I guess with the combination of Advantech and Alga and MyTech, the vast majority of our business, perhaps 95% is solid-state power amplifiers. We do have a line of RF converters and terrestrial microwave and pulsed amplifiers, but the reality is that solid-state power amps are by far the mainstay of our business.
Right.
So what we have at the booth for this show is everything ranging from our smallest little amplifier, which runs around 8 to 16 watts, up to our granddaddy up there that puts out about 1,000 watts of KU band power. So the idea here is to show we've, since the acquisition of Alga and Advantech by our parent company, Balin Technologies, we are just highlighting kind of the results of the reconciliation of product lines between those three businesses. Right. So what we've done is basically taken the best of all, the best manufacturability, and performance, feature set, size, and weight, and come up with largely what we have displayed here. This is kind of like the mainstream of our products.
Right, right. Now, talk about the Asian market. How big is the market for your company?
Asia market for us, so we're, I guess, like most companies, West-based, we're, heavy U.S., but about another 30% of our business, I would say, comes out of Asia. So we have, I have 3 seasoned sales individuals covering the Asia market, it's pretty lucrative for us, and we're putting a lot of marketing focus on Asia because it, I think most would agree that that's pretty much the growth market.
Right. So what are the vertical markets that shows a lot more promise for your company here in Asia?
Yeah, definitely the solid-state products. We're doing gateway, amplifiers, high-power amplifiers for gateway air stations for the, for the Ka band world. That's really a product that's going to be coming out towards the, the end of this year.
Right.
But the encroachment of 5G on the C-band is pushing a lot of our customers into the INSAT band. So INSAT's becoming very popular. The spacecraft operators are, cooperating by obviously providing the space segment up in the, in the high 6-7 gigahertz range. So the INSAT's good for us, but power levels anywhere from low power 20 watts up to up to the real high power stuff. DTH is very popular for us right now. We have one of the couple of companies that provide high power soft fail phase combined systems. In our case, it's Summit, and for DTH. That are looking for 2,500, 3,000 watts of KU band power out at the pad. We have a product for that, and we've been making some deliveries here recently, on that product. So it's pretty wide spectrum. It's pretty much across the board.
Right, right. And, well, you're in a very competitive segment of the industry, right? What differentiates you from the other companies?
Well, I think the differentiation comes from the fact that most of our competitors, almost all of our competition, has a far narrower portfolio than what we have even in the solid state realm. Like I said, we're ranging everywhere from 8 watts up to 10,000 watts. So if we look at competition, it typically aligns with a piece of our spectrum.
Right.
And as we go higher in the power levels, once we exceed 400, 500, 600 watts, the competition starts to wane.
Right.
When you're down in the very low power areas, down in this, say, sub 100 watts, look around the show.
Right.
There's a dozen booths here that are selling bucks in that range.
Right.
Our amplifiers are typically the non-disposable type. We lower power consumption. Some customers, kind of on the esoteric side of the spectrum, like in the military world, they need some performance features that are not available in the, in the very low cost, I call it disposable, part of the market. So yeah, we differentiate ourselves a little bit there. We don't do quite the volumes in the very low power, but when you start getting up above the say 200-300 watts in the S&G world and in the gateway earth stations, and then in the 1,000-1,500 watts or more,
right.
It's far less competitive for us, and commensurately we kind of put a lot of our design effort into achieving those big power levels.
Right. Well, great. Is there anything else you want to add there, Tony?
No, I will say that we have a pretty grand design team, because we have the engineering operations from Algamitech and Advantech, and new resources that we brought in after John and I came to the company early last year.
Right.
And we're wide open, developing new combining technologies. We're adopting CAN bus for all of our monitor and control.
Right.
So over the course of I'd say the next 2 quarters, we're going to be hitting the market with some very interesting innovations that are currently not available in any of our competitors. Still pushing for higher power levels, greater efficiency, and of course the old moniker, lightweight and efficient, right?
Right.
So yeah, look for some very interesting things to be coming to the market under the Advantech logo over the course of the next, like I said, probably 6 months.
Well, lots to look forward to then. So the company to look after, and we're here in Satellite Markets and Research. We will be watching Advantech Wireless and in this space. And for all the news and information on the global satellite industry, you always have Satellite Markets and Research at www.satellitemarkets.com.